All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to click on table view, then we're going to click on new table, and this is where we're just going to write our DAX. So nothing crazy here, but we're just going to make a date table from scratch. So we can call it date table. You can specify more to a greater degree as you get more elaborate with this kind of stuff, but we're going to set a variable, and the variable expression is going to be stored as this name. So we're going to say start date equals today, end date equals today plus 180. Then we're going to return. And then what we're going to do is we're going to skip a line just so we can separate our variable. And variables, all they really do is let you use a common name versus writing out the expression every single time. So it's just calling this start date or calling this end date. All it is, nothing crazy, just saving a formula name, if you will, and using that instead. We're going to say add columns because we want to add columns into here. We're going to shift enter. We're going to do calendar. Our calendar start date is going to be the begin date, which is today. So rather than writing out the formula, right, we're just calling our variable. And then we're going to say end date as well. That's going to be our variable that we added as well. And then the specific columns that we want to introduce are going to be next. So then we have to just specify what's the column name and the format that we want returned. That's all it is. So we're going to say month, name, format, date, and then the format is going to be month, which is going to be long name expression of it. And then next three are going to be day, year, and then month as well in a different format. So we're going to do day. This part in the double quotation doesn't necessarily matter because anything in the red double quotation is going to be free text. So it's the exact format that you want. We're going to say day, and then we're going to say date again. We're going to say year, date, and then month as well. We're going to say month, date, and there we have it. And then I did have this red line, and I just made a little mistake here, which is I just had to delete this comma because there's not another expression I'm introducing. And we're just going to run that. And then now we have every single day from today to 180 days from now. And technically today is October 25th, so that's the format that we have. So we can also change this as well. So we know we're particular about date format, so we're just going to go ahead and change that. And then now we have the month numeration, we have the year column, we have the day column, and we have the month and the full date as well. So within the date, you have the date hierarchy, and you can extract anything that you want there. All right, so now that we have our date table, what I did was I brought it over, and we know that our losses and our hires are going to be associated with those dates, right? So we want to make sure that that data makes sense and they're connected, because if you don't connect them, doesn't matter what kind of filtering you do, it doesn't matter. It's not going to show anything, right? So let's just go ahead and go to our losses and go to projected end date, and we're going to connect it to date. And here we're going to have a many-to-one relationship because we know we have a singular distinct date within the date table, and we have a projected end date, which is many because some may have duplicate dates, and that's fine. So we're going to save that. And then we're going to do the same thing for hires as well. So future start date, we're going to bring the date over. We're going to show that too. And same concept. And now what we want to do is create a filter. So I'm going to filter out the whole page actually. So I'm going to go to view. I'm going to click on filters. And I'm going to bring my date over now. I'm going to go to relative date. And I want to see in the next 180 days, we have days here, including today, so we can see how much changes we have in this matrix. And then now we have losses are going to be 887 and 993 within the next 180 days. So we can hide that now, move it out of the way. Actually, we don't need the filters anymore. And now this will allow us to see everything that's happening within the next 180 days, right? We didn't have any changes up here because that's our total calculation for our current personnel. We did have changes here for losses and hires, which is hugely beneficial because we don't want to change this value because this is really like a static value, if you will. And then we want to know exactly what's happening in the next 180 days parent to these columns.